So in today's video, we're going to be talking about stress and the effect on our eating habits. And I've got some stories from the corporate world and stress that I could share, but let's dive in. Today's topic, we want to share both the psychological impacts and some of the physiological impact about stress and our eating habits.
Yeah, so by the end of the video, hopefully you will have, and hopefully you'll be able to understand ideas to understand how stress can be influencing your decisions and your body chemistry, and what you can do to help alleviate that and help move in a better direction.
Yeah, and I'm Wendy.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coaches, and we're super glad you're here. Please subscribe because we're on a mission to help us all feel better. And today we're talking about stress. So the first point we wanted to make about stress is how it actually changes our appetite and eating patterns on a hormonal level. And we all know this pesky hormone called cortisol, right? And it actually has a direct link to our hunger signals and our cravings. And so it literally leads us to seek out comfort foods because we want to change the feeling in our body. And it's very natural to then crave higher sugars and fats. And it just ends up creating an excess calorie count for us. And so we knowing that our body's got some hormones going on in the background when we've got stress is really important for us to realize.
Stress also impacts our digestion, our physical digestion, and our nutrient absorption. So on a physical level, stress makes us not digest well. It can cause indigestion, stomach cramps, changes in our bowel habits. None of that's comfortable. None of that feels good.
No.
The connection between stress and gut health is huge. This access, the gut and mind, the mind and body all together. It really has a lot to do with our microbiome. The bacteria in our body reacts to stress. It really makes a big difference. And just to give a couple examples, it can be chronic where you have indigestion constantly. We have a client who has indigestion because her stress levels are so high. She pays attention to the world affairs, and we know the world affairs never look good on the media. And so she's constantly stressed out about it, and she has heartburn, and it doesn't go away despite what habits she does to try to make it go away, because she's not lowering her stress. On not a chronic level, it can happen just on certain episodes. For example, one day I was eating a beautiful salad in the summertime. It was this big, beautiful salad with beautiful vegetables and everything else, which I eat very often. But that particular day, a couple of my family members were arguing right in front of me. And I was taking that in, and it was stressful to me because later on I had indigestion. I was not feeling well despite the nourishing salad that it was. So those are two examples of what happens when stress is in our bodies and how we don't digest well or absorb all the beautiful nutrients we may be eating.
So uncomfortable when that happens. There's this other thing about stress and our disconnection from our body. We're so paying attention out there that we often don't understand the emotional disconnect that we have with our body. And so we often are skipping meals or the other extreme, we're snacking all the time. Sometimes people stop eating when they're stressed, and some people eat a lot and very frequently. So we're getting these miscues. And so really paying attention and prioritizing how our body feels, going inside, because it's easy when we're stressed and busy in life. Those two often go hand in hand. I know in my corporate days, a Snickers bar and coffee for lunch was sometimes my norm. And it's amazing to think of how I was coping with that at the time. Paying attention to the cues from our body is really important because, it's a cycle. So as we nourish ourselves more, our stress level can rebalance itself.
So did any of this sound familiar to you? Unfortunately, it probably did. So,
right.
And you'd like to share some stories or share some ideas around how stress has affected your eating habits, we would love to read about them. If you want to put your comment below, we always respond. So we'd like to hear from you to, help us understand how stress affects other people, for sure.
Yeah, so we encourage you to kind of zoom out on your days and actually name where stress is actually coming up in your life and finding ways to reset your central nervous system. And we'll be talking about all of this in upcoming videos, mindful eating, stress management practices, like breathing exercises and getting adequate sleep and moving our body, practices of meditation, for example. These all really provide wonderful support that our stressed out society needs. And so we'll be talking about practices coming up. So stay tuned.
And we do appreciate you hanging in here and watching our videos. And so we want to give you a free giveaway that we have for a 7-day wellness challenge. And that 7-day wellness challenge, if you sign up, shows up in your email every day for 7 days and gives you a new challenge for you to shift your habits into more nourishing ones and encourage you to keep those habits well beyond those 7 days. Sign up for that below. It's a free thing and shows up right up in your email box.
And if you're interested in personalized or group coaching, please feel free to visit our website, nourishcoaches.com. and be in touch with us.
And remember to subscribe so you can keep getting these great videos on how to improve your habits and giving more nourishing tips every time you tune in. Please subscribe and share.